So thanks for hopping on tonight's call. Tonight I have Brianne Wetzel, and she's going to, and correct me if I said that wrong, she's going to be hosting our team call tonight. I have told some of my diamonds on our team call today that you're like a smart ass, and I'm really drawn to you like in the 5-star group because you're, a fellow somebody that's like just tells it how it is and it doesn't really filter yourself. And that's very much how our team is. So I knew that they would love you. So she is a two-time elite coach. She's been coaching for 3 years. She's a 7-star diamond in her first business center. She's a 2-star in her second business center. And she's a Success Club 10 legend, which means she's hit Success Club for 24 months. But even more so, she's been in Success Club for 38 months. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty huge. That definitely shows that she's been in this to win it since the beginning. And anything that she says, you should probably take to heart and do it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it to you. And don't mind me, I'm listening. I'm just going to be making dinner while you're hosting the call.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, sorry. It's 6 o'clock here. So my husband walked in the door as I was headed into my office, and I got totally sidetracked for a minute or two there. So yeah, thank you for the introduction. Like April said, I have been coaching for just over 3 years. I started in January of 2013. And for me, a big thing that was really important that I sort of get right, my transformation, I tell people, was not a weight loss transformation. It was really like a transformation with my mind and really where I was and where I really wanted to be. So what I'm here to do tonight is to talk to you guys about mindset and about how critical that is in really, really having your head on straight in this business, with regards to your goals, with regards to how you run your business, how you push forward, everything sort of down that line with getting your head straight. So we talk a lot, and I talk to my coaches about this all the time from the beginning. And we always go back to this and we talk about your why, and I tell my coaches what we really want to do is you really want to have that why, something that's going to pull you out of bed in the morning, something that's going to keep you up at night, something that when things get really, really hard, something that's going to be strong enough to speak to you to say, this is going to force me to keep going. Is it powerful? Is it going to drive you? And is it strong enough to shape your mindset? So what I talk to my new coaches about is drilling all the way down. And we do the My 5 Whys. So you'll have your big why. And then you really want to focus in on really the nitty gritty of that. What's within that why that's going to drive you? For me, we plan to retire my husband. And why is it important to me? It's important to me because, my husband grew up in a single parent household, where his mom was working all the time. She didn't get to see him grow up. Unfortunately, she passed away, so she's not going to get to see her grandkids grow up. My dad worked all the time as a kid. It's not what we want. Why? Because I really want to make these memories. I want to have the time with my kids while they're young, while they're little, while we can do all these things. So I had to find something that was really strong enough to pull me out of bed every day, to keep me up, to really force me when things got really hard, when my business was tough, when my business was slow. What was it going to be that really, really drove me? And if you're not sure of that, sit down and think about all the things that you would love to do with your life and figure that out. And what's going to be that one thing for you? What's going to be that thing that's going to say, when I'm really, really struggling, this is the only thing that's going to be able to help me sort of push through, having that in the back of my head. And be real with yourself about it. So what we really want to do is not be stuck in what I call a fixed mindset. And this is where your business gets stagnant. This is where your business can get sluggish. It's where your business can backpedal. It's where you can fall out of rank and fall really far out and not get it back and get frustrated when we let all of the other outside sort of noise start to come in and really drown out that why. That's not what we want. Some attributes of realizing you may be in a fixed mindset. You are avoiding challenges. Maybe you are somebody who doesn't ever want to do Team Cup. Or if there is, a diamond push group coming along, you're like, I'm just not even going to do it. You don't want to challenge yourself. You want to just sort of stay where you are, and because bad things can't happen wherever you are. Giving up easily. You invite a couple people and they tell you no. And then you just say, okay, I'm done for the day. Instead of saying, you know what? I'm going to stay up. I don't care if it's 11 o'clock. I don't care if I have to get up early tomorrow morning. I am going to send 5 more invites before I go to bed. You're not doing that. You're giving up easily. Seeing your effort as fruitless. Well, I could invite people, but they'll probably say no. So I'm just not going to invite anybody today. I'm not going to join that push group. I'm not going to join Team Cup because I probably won't get any points anyway. It doesn't matter. My team won't be able, I won't be able to help my team. So I'm just not going to participate. Getting really frustrated and then ignoring useful negative feedback or constructive criticism, feeling like somebody is attacking you instead of trying to say, I see what you did there. You have a really good idea. Let me help you. Let's see if we can make that invite a little bit better so people respond to it. Let's try to tweak that call to action. And you getting offended by it instead of saying, okay, somebody's here and they want to help me. That's all being stuck in a fixed mindset. Feeling threatened by the success of other people in this network. Guys, this network is huge with the comparison game. We know that. Feeling threatened by the success of others, seeing somebody who, maybe signed up at the same time as you, and maybe they're further along in rank, or maybe they're making more money, or maybe there's somebody who signed up 6 months after you did, and they're already past diamond, and you're just, struggling to keep 5 or 6 coaches. Feeling threatened by that and being frustrated by it and not understanding that your journey is going to be unique to you and your path and what you're ready for at this point with your business. Blaming others for your lack of success. Whether you are saying, my upline stuck me on a dead inside leg, or I got to diamond. Why can't any of my coaches do it? I did it. I got there. I can hit success club. How come my coaches can't sign up anybody? Or how come my coaches can't do that? And blaming your downline. Instead of really looking to ourselves and saying, what can I do to help them? What can I do to make my situation better? And really looking at short-term losses versus long-term gains. We see this all the time. We see, the end of the month comes and people are, you're counting on people that you spoke to at the beginning of the month, and they say, at the end of the month, I'm going to sign up. At the end of the month, I'm going to sign up. And then, the 28th or the 29th comes and something's happened. Their tax return came in, but now they've got a big bill they have to pay, or they wrecked their car and that has to be taken care of, or their kids are sick or something, and they just don't have that money. And you being really frustrated by that. And it's okay to be frustrated by it. But when we get to a point that we're like, wow, they cost me $50, or they cost me, they cost me 2 Success Club points. And they're people. They're not Success Club points. And when you can understand that and say, what can I do to help them until they're ready? That will slowly shift you out of that fixed mindset. And it's going to put you, what I train my coaches to be in, which is a growth mindset. What? I can't right now. Sorry. It's like the witching hour in my house. Working moms. So where we really want to be, and this is honestly, guys, this was a game changer for me. When I got my head right, my business skyrocketed. It exploded. And when you can sort of harness yourself and get into a growth mindset, you're going to see a complete shift in your business, in your team, just in the culture of your team and your coaches. So how do we get ourselves into a growth mindset? How do we feel like, okay, maybe I am there? We're embracing challenges. Maybe you're a brand new coach and a diamond group opens up and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go do it. I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to try to do it. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? You may not add 8 coaches, but you may add 5 or 6. Embrace those challenges. Persisting in the face of setbacks. We get told no every day, every single day. I had a new diamond advance this morning, and she said to me, I wish I could just do what you do on the scale that you do it. Nobody tells you no. And I was like, you mean nobody tells me no? I get told no probably, April's laughing. I get told no probably 15 or 20 times a day. We all do. You just invite more and you just keep going until you get those yeses. Just keep persisting. Something happens. Okay. We just move on. Seeing your effort as the path to mastery, understanding that we're going to continue to fail and we're going to continue to fail forward. And if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. That's how you know. If you're hitting everything and you're not failing at anything, you're not trying hard enough. Because if you're consistently failing, you're consistently pushing yourself. And the more that you do that, the more success that you're going to have. It will start to snowball. Learning from constructive criticism. Let somebody look at your invites. Let somebody say, I made this mistake too. Here's what I did. I used to make posts just like that. Here's how I tweaked them. And this is what worked for me. And take that advice and understand that when other coaches are trying to say things like this to you, it's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place that said, I struggled too, and I got past it. So let me help you, instead of really closing yourself off. And that, comes into this, finding inspiration and lessons in the success of others. When we see people hit these really big goals, don't get frustrated by it. Sorry, be inspired by it. Because now you know that that's possible. By seeing coaches hit these huge benchmarks and these huge goals, they allow you to realize that these things are possible, and they're possible for anybody. There's no reason that any one of you can't have the success that any other coach in this network has seen. If you believe that you can, you decide that you can, because it's just a decision. You just have to make that choice to say, I'm going to do it no matter what. And when you can change your head to get to that point and say, I'm going to do it, deciding is going to kill all of the options that are around you. And when you make that decision, you take all the other options right off the table. Understanding that we don't know it all and being teachable. Doesn't matter how far we get. We always have something to learn. We always do. We're never going to be 100% social media gurus at everything. Nobody's going to master Facebook and like pages and Twitter and YouTube and Pinterest and Instagram. So always be teachable. Somebody's always going to have a tip and say, I tried this, but this worked for me. Maybe you could try it. Or somebody will say to you, hey, I'm struggling with this. And you could say, you know what? Here's a great post that I had that didn't get any traction on Facebook, but on Instagram, it blew up my feed. Why don't you take it, tweak it, use it, share it? Empowering others and adding value to others. Being somebody who, I don't care what your rank is, take a leadership role in your team page. Add value to other people. If you find a post that works, share it. If you find a great YouTube video, if you find a great training video, if you find a great piece of information, share it. Don't be the one that treats your team page like it's the FAQ. Be somebody who adds value. And having the fear, but acting anyway. This is critical. I don't care how afraid you are. You have to get out and do it. Because as coaches, and I talk about this a lot, as coaches, We think that we're the only ones that are ever afraid. We think we're the only people that are afraid to invite. We're the only people who are afraid to post on Facebook. We're the only people who are ever afraid to reach out to others. But for every person that you're afraid to reach out to, there is somebody on the other end of your posts terrified to reach back to you, terrified to reach out to you because they're afraid of being judged. And they're afraid, what do I say? I need help, and I know that I need help, but I don't want her to know that I need help. So when we can face that fear and we can act on that fear anyway, we're helping so many more people, I think, than we could ever realize. I tie it in with the vital behaviors. We talk about having that belief in yourself, having that consistency. We let people know that we aren't going anywhere. Being proof the products work. Share your story, even if it's scary, because we're asking people to come to us at probably the most vulnerable points of their life. And they need to see that we are vulnerable. We're real people too. We all are. And doing personal development, especially when you don't want to, because trust me when I say the people who say that they don't need it, they're the ones that need it the most. And I know that because that was me. I was like, I don't need personal development. I'm good. I've got this. I needed it so badly. And it's important that we do the right kind of personal development too. If you're struggling here, you're not going to do business development. You're going to do personal development. Some of my favorite apps that I use, I like the Spirit Junkie app by Gabrielle Bernstein. It's something that just sort of gives you like a little affirmation each day. It's a great thing. I screenshot it. I use it like as the background on my phone. I change it out every couple of weeks. Audible, if you are an Audible junkie like I am, I constantly am listening to personal development because I never feel like I have time at the end of the night to sort of sit and read a book. So I always have something that's sort of feeding my brain, whether I'm in the car or I'm picking up the kids or I'm cooking dinner, things like that. And Spirit Junkie. It's on the iPhone, so I don't know if it's on Android or not. That's like my disclaimer because I know nothing about the Androids. And then the Secret app, if you guys don't have it, it's great. You've started on day one and it gives you something every single day. But it's really important to make sure in this business that your head is right. Because when your head's right, everything will honestly start to just fall right into place. Do you guys have any questions? Sorry, I flew through that way faster than I'm looking to see if I missed anything. I don't think I did, but.
Did you say that it was Spirit Junkie? What was that?
Spirit Junkie, yeah, Gabrielle Bernstein.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I think that that's so much of the stuff that we've been kind of talking about lately, and and my diamonds, saying, they're having struggles with, and I think that that's the one thing that I really take pride in is, like you said, don't blame your downline, don't blame your upline. And, you can't say like, oh, I'm not a 2-star diamond because my team sucks. Like, there's no way that you can, blame your coaches and things like that. If anything, I'm like, what am I not doing as a leader to be 2-star, to be this? So I really think that that's really important because I far too often hear coaches just talking negatively about their coaches and their team and things like that. And I think that that's one of the reasons that we do have such a great team culture is that we really, lift each other up. And that was something that really struck me is that you hear a lot of people blaming their upline and things like that. And was it you that you said too, that you were on a dead inside leg too? Was that you that commented, or maybe that was somebody else? I remember I was in the wall and somebody was saying something like, I'm on a dead inside leg or something like that. Like, no matter where you are, there's no reason that you can use that as an excuse because, look at Lindsay Matway. She signed up, with Colin Beachbody,
I'm yeah. I'm like a dead inside. I'm like a dead inside buried somewhere in my sponsor's strong leg. I rolled up 3 times. So I'm sort of stuck in no man's land.
land.
Yeah, it's okay. It is. You know what? when you have things like that, guys, you can't change it. So it's either going to make you bitter, or it's going to make you better. And you're going to be the ones that are just going to choose how you're going to roll with it. You can complain about it and whine about it. Still not going to change. So you might as well say, you know what? I got to build it. And if you want to build it, you know, then you just will. You'll find a way to do it.
Love that. So yeah, guys, do you have anything? And you know, if you have any questions or anything at all, you know, go for it, because this is the girl you want to pick her brain. So ask her now.
Any other apps that I could try? Let me see what I have on here. Hold on. The only other one that I have on here is I don't know. I also don't know if it's on Android. Is Wayne Dyer has an app, and it's just called Intention, and that gives you, like, you know, a little affirmation every day, and sort of tells you, you know, and I mean, Audible. It's like my favorite. It's like the most used app on my phone. And now they have like channels and stuff. It's like the greatest thing. It's like my favorite, you know, thing to have on my phone.
Me too. I used to like maybe read like one book every 2 months. It was so bad. I would just do YouTube stuff. I couldn't read books. And now I can read like 3 books a month with Audible. It's awesome. So anything else, guys? Let's see. Looking in there. What would you say, you think one of the biggest things that helps you create, like, duplicate your success and create diamonds?
So the biggest thing with my team is really, we talk a lot about it just being a choice. Like, it's not a rank. Diamond is a decision. Like, you just choose to do it. And once you sort of make that commitment, you just go for it. I think so many times we tend to put diamond on this huge pedestal, and it is. I mean, it's you know, it's like the rank is absolutely something that has to be celebrated, but it's not something that should be feared. It's not something we should be afraid of. It's not something we should, it's unattainable. You know, we tend to overcomplicate it. And instead of just saying, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this, we sort of get stuck in our head. And I think it becomes this slippery slope that we're like, okay, now I'm overthinking it. And then I'm going to overthink it. And I want to post, but I'm overthinking it. I don't want to sound salesy. And the more we tend to get caught up in that and try to not sound salesy, the worse we tend to sound. Just be you. And whoever you are is going to attract the people that you want in your business. And just don't overthink it. I mean, there's so many times we tend to complicate it. And I tell my coaches all the time, like, this business isn't always easy, but it's simple. And when we can sort of come back to that, we can sort of take, you know, get out of our head and not, you know, feel fearful and feel scared and feel, you know, apprehensive and all those anxiety driven kind of emotions, you know, and just say, look, I get up, I drink my shake, I do my workout, I better me, and I invite other people to come and do it with me.
Right.
Like, why would we deprive anybody else? We have like the best jobs in the world. So when you go into it with that mindset, like, why would we want to deprive anybody of this? You know, it just sort of simplifies everything. But be confident. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of.
Yep. Okay, Erica says, I'm new and want to do challenges, but some of the people I want to coach are not ready to publicize on Facebook. So what do you say to people that are worried about putting themselves out there on Facebook and either sounding annoying or salesy or just not sure if people would want to hear them kind of thing? Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yeah, your whole screen is frozen. I see everybody else moving, but you're not.
Oh. Okay, I was just reading the last comment from Erica in the chat and asking your advice on that.
What did she say? I can't. I want to do challenges with some people. I'm ready to coach. And that's okay. Some of them aren't. In time, they'll want to share their journey. They're not ready to do it now. And that's okay. A lot of times those people turn into the best coaches. They really do. Is my challenge app a good way to do that? I guess so. I mean, if they don't even want to be in a Facebook group, then I guess you have to use the app. The Facebook group is private. Nobody will see that they're in there if you make it secret. You could use the app.
So any new coaches have any questions for Brianne on anything that, tips or anything at all? Has it been breaking up for you guys? Because it's kind of choppy for me. I'm not sure if it's my internet doing it or what. Yeah, it has.
Okay. Yeah, it's choppy for me too, but I feel like they all look the same. Like they're all moving around. It's just you that keep freezing. So I don't know if it's you or me.
No, yours is kind of freezing on my end too, so I'm not sure. But yeah, so I guess we're all tired today. But I really love everything that you said. I really think that it's just, it's so simplified, and so often we make coaching so much more complicated than it really is. It's really just sharing your journey and showing up every day and then teaching your coaches to do the same thing. But I really, really loved the part about they're a person, they're not a success club point, because I know that a lot of times I have some people and they're like, they just get so stressed out because they've set a goal for success club, or they set a goal date for a rank advancement and they don't hit it. And then they're so down on themselves that they don't even want to work the business. So, I think that it's just so important to take it back to your why, like you said, and think about why you started. And there's other things to be thankful for in this business. So many things to be thankful for other than Success Club points. So when is your goal date to retire your husband? I guess you didn't hear me again, or I froze. Brianne, your face is frozen. Girlfriend. If you're talking, I can't hear you. Okay. I think, did she go away? Okay. I think it's just you, Brianne. Nobody can hear you. So I'm going to hold you to it, Brianne, and you're going to send me your goal date, and then I can check on you and see how that goes. But I really appreciate you taking the time out to chat with us, and thank you guys so much for hopping on, and I will post the recording tonight. So happy Thursday, and go celebrate your team today. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Brianne.